According to the CDC, about 1 in 4, or 61 million U.S. adults, report having some form of a disability. These disabilities, or impairments, present in a variety of ways, but are generally placed into four categories. Regardless of the impairment, persons in the disabled population often struggle in learning environments that fail to provide assistive technology that makes tasks more accessible. Let's take a look at these four main categories of impairment, some of the common challenges the impaired experience, and the solutions they utilize to overcome these challenges. Although approximately 6.8% of children have a diagnosed vision condition, according to the CDC, the majority of those with visual impairments are over the age of 40. The visually impaired population is expected to grow by as much as 50% by 2050. Common eye disorders include blindness, low vision, color blindness, amblyopia, commonly referred to as a lazy eye, and strabismus. Learners with visual impairments may not be able to read a text or view a presentation in the same way that others do. For this reason, many use screen reader programs which, as the name implies, read written text aloud. However, web pages that are improperly formatted can render these programs ineffective. Therefore, it is crucial that headings are clearly defined, alternative text for images are included, and links are properly labeled. Learners that are partially blind may also use screen magnifiers to discern the information in front of them. Recently, computer programs that can read the text in a photo allow learners to snap a picture of their surroundings, comprehend the necessary text, and respond accordingly. Auditory impairments include any degree of hearing loss and affect roughly 15% of American adults. The development of American Sign Language in the early 19th century laid the groundwork for greater accessibility for the deaf and hard of hearing community. Today, ASL is widely used daily for communication by both the hearing impaired and others. In addition to ASL, technologies such as cochlear implants and closed captioning on videos help those with hearing impairments to comprehend and participate in learning activities. Some hearing impaired learners use Communication Access Real-Time Translation, or CART, a service that provides an instant transcription of spoken text using a stenotype machine. This program works like screen reader software in reverse. Of course, despite these accessibility options, deaf or hard of hearing learners may still struggle to participate in group work or in classroom settings that do not provide an interpreter. The third category of impairment is physical impairment. A physical impairment limits mobility and ranges in severity from stamina limitations to paralysis. One learner in this category may struggle to sit for long periods of time because of discomfort from a previous back injury, while another might require wheelchair accessibility due to an amputation or paraplegia. People without physical impairments often assume those who possess them also struggle with cognitive issues, but this is not necessarily the case. Learners who have trouble typing might use speech-to-text software, such as Dragon, to type up assignments and notes. For those learners who cannot speak at all, communication devices such as Dynavox are invaluable. These machines speak for the user when text is input on a screen. This device can also be paired with word prediction software to allow the user to communicate more quickly. Lightweight laptops and smartphones are helpful for those who may have difficulty carrying or handling heavier devices. Touchscreens are also beneficial because they do not require fine motor control like keyboards and electronic mice. A program called Sonascent allows users to record audio and highlight, annotate, and add information. This frees a learner with mobility issues from the need to type or write notes quickly in real time. Cognitive impairments comprise the fourth and final category. People with cognitive impairments have greater difficulty with mental tasks than the average person. Some may find multi-step tasks to be challenging, as well as highly abstract or theoretical concepts. It is important to note that some content may be too complex by its nature to ever be fully accessible to users with profound cognitive disabilities. Nevertheless, designers, inventors, and accessibility experts have many techniques and technologies at their disposal to assist as broad a range of learners as possible. Once again, screen readers and other text-to-speech programs are very useful here. These programs allow persons with learning disabilities such as dyslexia to comprehend written information they may otherwise struggle to retain. Document scanners allow learners to upload paper documents that aren't otherwise digitally available to computers. Learning about the sheer amount and variety of impairments has opened my eyes to the problems learners in these four categories face. More importantly, I realized that, though heartening, the mere existence of assistive technologies is not enough to solve the problems posed by impairments in learning environments. After all, without proper formatting, screen readers are rendered ineffective. Without the appropriate color contrast ratio, video games and websites are difficult to perceive. Without access to lightweight laptops, touch screens, and text-to-speech software, physically impaired learners might get left behind. The solutions to these problems demand time, effort, and access. Designers must be willing to put in the time and effort required to develop assistive technologies, but even this, without the funding and propagation of these technologies, is ineffective. Professionals involved in the learning process, along with public officials and social organizations, should work to ensure that everyone, regardless of their impairment, is able to participate in educational opportunities. As an aspiring instructional designer, I have an important role to play in this crusade. I can craft learning experiences that conform to universal design principles. I can work with other designers to include accessibility options into the curriculum. And I can proactively seek the feedback of impaired persons before the learning is implemented. If you would like to know how you can help make learning experiences more accessible, please visit the websites listed in the notes section below, where you'll also find the sources for this video.